Happy Friday. What is this? I keep feeling like a different, like a keeps feel like it feels like it's like a weekend, but I know it's not. Hello, everyone. Hey, girl. Hey, happy Friday. How are you guys doing? It's the weekend. It's the weekend. We made it another week, y'all. Hey, hey, hey. How are you guys doing? Sorry, I didn't get to post a video. My normal 3 p.m. video, 3 p.m. Eastern, depending on where you are located. It's a different time. So I was like, I'm gonna go live instead because I had to get ready for an event. I'm actually in a conference this weekend, so that is taking some of my time. So I was like, okay, well, I ain't got time to do a video. So I am going to go live and answer questions that way. So she said, before I start venting about my locks, how are you? Thank you for asking. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. The conference that I went to focuses on mindset, messaging, and marketing. And so today was all about mindset, and it was amazing because I battle a lot with my mindset, with self doubt. With I know you probably didn't ask for all of this, but y'all know me. I'm transparent. It's hard to not share. But I battle with just self doubt and just who child, the mind can, if you don't tame that mind, it can really destroy you. And so for me, I have to make sure I keep my mind checked. And one of the ways that I do that is focusing on, well, how can I control my mind? Because the Bible talks about a lot about mindset and controlling your tongue, controlling your mind. And one of the things it talks about is just you know let your mind be controlled by the spirit and not by your flesh. So for me, I'm like, okay, yeah, you want me my mind to be controlled by the spirit, but what does that look like? So I'm actually doing a personal Bible study on mindset, focusing on, okay, well, what does it look like to have your mindset focused on, have a mindset of the Holy Spirit, not of the flesh? What does it look like? What should I be telling myself? How should I be training my mind and stuff? So it's been good because I've been studying that, and then to go to the conference and focusing on mindset again, it's been really good. So thank you for asking. That's the short answer with just how I'm doing. Hence, that's why I have a podcast. So just I feel like a lot of overachievers. I'm an overachiever. I'm a high performer. I'm just very, but people who are like me, people think, oh, they're so strong, they're so brave, they're so that. Baby, if y'all know the things that we go through with just our mind, just the hurdles we have to go through, and with just our own personal battle, it's a lot. So that's why with my podcast, I focus a lot on personal and spiritual development to help other people like me who don't have like a source or outlet, and just helping people know that they're not alone in it, because it's something that we all battle with. And so knowing that there's somebody else out there experiencing what you're experiencing and that you're not alone helps a lot. So yes. My podcast is the Next Level Her. And when I say next level her, not necessarily next level me, but the next level woman, So just focusing on personal and spiritual development. So that's what that my podcast is about. So although I created it for other women, it's also for me. For me, it's an outlet. It's a place for me to share how I'm overcoming different things and how I'm dealing with things, and in hopes to inspire and help other people who are going through the same things, because people want to know how did you leave your 9 to 5, and how, weren't you afraid? I'm like, heck yeah, I was scared. And even after I left, I was scared. And then I was like, okay, 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 So it's just to help other people in any way I can. So I know y'all like, we here for locks, girl, not no mindset, personal stuff. So but was it impressed? Thank you so much for asking how I'm doing. Thank you. Hello, new subscriber here. All right. First live been able to catch. Awesome. Thank you for subscribing. And for I think it's Brianna who asked about the podcast. The podcast is on Spotify. By now it should be on Apple. Apple be taking forever. But it's on Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube. I think that's it. So if that's your jam, you catch me over there, okay? Because yeah. So okay, what else? What else am I missing? I needed to go to the eye doctor and upgrade my glasses because I need to put on my glasses, but I think the medicine wore off. So when I put it on, it hurts my eyes. But then again, I'm not used to wearing glasses. I love that for you, sis. Challenging or channeling the spirit, not the flesh. Amen to that. Yes, child. Because oh, my VA is on here. She put the next level of her podcast link on here. So the YouTube link. So if y'all want, go follow, go support. Yeah. Newly locked 2 weeks and loving it. Yes. Ooh, that's a beautiful stage. Bantu knots, here she come. Braid outs, here she come. Yes, baby. Take advantage of all of it. Mindset is key. Absolutely. Mindset is everything. When I have people who join my mentorship program or take a course, a lot course, and it's like they're coming to learn the thing that they want to learn. But what I find is we struggle with so much self-doubt, with so much fear, with so much. And so I find myself having to, and I know mindset coach by no means any means necessary, but I find myself having to talk to the girls, talk to them, and just, hey, you can do this, or you can believe in yourself. I find myself, and because I'm not a mindset coach, all I know is that, well, here's the scripture that helped me. I know you didn't come here for scriptures, but that's my source, my go-to for support. So that's all I got. So I find myself having to whip out some scriptures, whip out some stuff, and just kind of boost my ladies up, because at the end of the day, if nobody else gonna prop you up, surround yourself by people who's gonna prop you up, who's gonna lift your chin up when you're feeling down, who's gonna tell you, you got this, you can do it. And so I find myself having to do that for people who join my mentorship program, do different things, because life be lifing. And yeah, they're coming just to learn about how to do the locks, but as as a loctician who deal with women, it a lot of times you guys come, y'all see us as y'all therapists. Y'all come and y'all dump. And it's okay, because some of y'all, like some of my clients be like, I don't talk to nobody. You all I got. Or, so they come and they want to talk. And so in order for me to be dumped on, I have to fill myself up before I get to work so I can be able to receive and help. I'm a natural empath. Like, if you in my chair crying, I'm crying with you. When my clients be telling me stories and they breaking down, listen, we be crying together. They tell me a happy story, we crying together, happy tears, okay? So I feel what other people feel. So I have to prep myself and get myself ready to be able to support people in their emotions, because they're not coming in saying, "Oh, I'm gonna go dump on Pauline today." They're coming in for their to get their hair done, but all of a sudden we talking about stuff and stuff coming out, and I'm like, okay, how can I help? How can I support? I have a lot of clients who are entrepreneurs and clients who work high level jobs, and uh, when you do certain things where you feel like nobody else understand you, they feel comfortable talking to me because they're like, "You're an entrepreneur, you're married, or you're this, you can, you know." So yeah, so definitely hair therapy, okay? So because of that, I gotta fill myself up, and then when people are coming into the field wanting to learn how to do locks and different things like that, I gotta help them be prepared for the mental part of it too. Because some folks, I know a loctician who fired a client because the client was just too much for her emotionally, and she herself couldn't handle it, so she's like she had to let the client go. So I know it sounds crazy to let somebody go, because she was like, every appointment, this person is boohoo crying and all this other stuff. And she was like, "Girl, I just couldn't do it." She's like, the first time after the appointment, she sat and talked to her for like a whole hour after the appointment. And then she said it was just continuing, and then it was crying, and then it was phone calls at night because this person, suicidal or whatever, So it's the phone calls, and she was like, I couldn't do it anymore, so she had to, let the person go. So we deal with a lot, y'all. We deal with a lot as locticians. And so all I'm saying is I got to make sure I'm constantly pouring into myself, and I got to pour into the people that entrust me with their education when it comes to locks, so that they can pour back out into their clients. Child, why we get so deep today? Let me get into these questions and answers, child, because this is like podcast stuff. This is what I talk about on my podcast. So let's move on. Someone said, "Congratulations on on your podcast." Thank you, thank you. Okay, so I'm 5 months locked, and I'm loving it as well. Wish I would have done it sooner. Listen, that's what everybody say. Everybody. You know, when I wish I was really locked, when I got married on my wedding day. I wish I had locks. On my wedding day, now mind you, I'm all natural. Before I was locked, I was natural for about a year or two, or loose natural. And my hair is kinky. So I locked my hair. Well, so on my wedding day, I had it pressed out, and then I had tracks added to make it full. Okay, hair did okay during the wedding. It was hot, so it started, my natural hair starting to frizz up, but it made it through. But we went to the islands for the anniversary, for the not anniversary, for the honeymoon. And baby, my hair, I was like, the extensions, the tracks were straight. My hair started poofing up. So now, let me give y'all a visual. Where's Becky? So now I got some of Becky and some of this. This is what my hair was looking like. The hair on top started poofing up. And then the straight part, I was like, oh my goodness, this ain't gonna work. So literally on my honeymoon, no scissors, no shears, no nothing. And I'm looking like I need to take the tracks out because the two textures ain't working. So my husband had a nail clipper. He's like, "Well, I could use a nail clipper to cut your tracks out." And so that first night on our honeymoon, he we spent the night with him cutting my tracks out because I had to remove the remove the straight hair. I didn't have no flat iron with me. I don't know what I was thinking. I had no flat iron with me to press that thing back out. Humidity got to it, and my natural hair went shroop. And so, yeah, we used the nail clipper to cut the tracks out, to cut the thread. And the entire time I'm like, don't cut my hair, don't cut my hair. But we got the tracks out, got took the braids out, and I just wore my hair in a fro the rest of the time. But oh my goodness, I wish I was locked during that time so I wouldn't have to worry about my hair as much as I did. It was ridiculous. But yes, a lot of people say they wish they would have done it sooner. Okay. Hair is so therapeutic. Yes, it is. Yes, we have to be our own cheerleaders. Absolutely. Um, I need a retie so bad, y'all. I need to hit my sister up. How to deal with dry, flaky, itchy scalp. Okay. Your skin is glowing. Oh, thank you. Hello, I'm so happy I cut your live. My locks are falling out from the crown and back of my head due to alopecia and don't know what to do. Oh no, crown in the back. Girl, you got a lot going on. Okay, so let me address the flaky, itchy scalp. Um, one, Bree, how often are you shampooing your hair? Two, the flakes, is it like normal, like light flakes? Is it thick flakes where you think it might be another condition or something else going on? What is it? Is it is your, and if you wash your hair, well, yeah, first tell me how often you shampoo your hair, and then the itchiness. When are you experiencing the itchiness? Is it after a retie? Is it after you shampoo? Is it a couple of days after you shampoo? Like when are you experiencing that? Okay, so let me move on to the next one. Your hair falling out. Okay. I'm 6 months lost in my hair. My locks started to unravel in the middle. Okay, slippage. I braid and band my hair and wash days. So I don't know what I did wrong. No, you didn't do anything wrong. Um, the one thing you could do is, are you letting your locks dry completely before you take it out the braid and band? But having some slippage in the middle, um, it's somewhat normal. You could do some things to prevent it, but it's somewhat normal, because if you sweat a lot, if you work out and you sweating, if you when you sleep, if your hair is not in a protective, braided down or something like that, and you sweat a lot at night, that can cause it. So any type of moisture can cause it to unravel. So going back to Mo, your hair falling out. So what type of alopecia is it? So you said it's alopecia, but what type? What type of alopecia are you experiencing? And how long has that been going on? And Crim, listen, I'm abbreviating everybody's name. Crim, especially with it being 6 months, yeah, it's somewhat, oh, not normal, but more on the normal side, to have slippage, within that first year. But there are some things you can do to help prevent it. So, are you letting it dry completely when you're done shampoo? When you're done with your shampoo, um, do you work out and you sweat a lot? Or are you getting in the shower with your hair all out and you like, "Ooh, the mist." You ain't ducking your head in the shower, but you definitely letting that mist and everything. So just moisture can definitely do that. Yes, chocolate, you caught alive, baby. Okay. T. I just made it to 1 year lock. Started them yesterday. Wait. I started them myself. Y'all sorry. I need glasses. But my glasses hurt my eyes right now. I started them myself and I've been maintaining them myself the entire time. Go girl. But it takes me forever. Yeah, it does. I'm sure it does. I retied my hair one time and I said, I ain't doing this. Because I'm used to retying my clients' hair in like 2 hours. And then when I do my own, it's taking all day. Baby, I ain't got time for that. So after that one time, I was like, let me just have somebody do it. Do you have any loctician recommendation near here, Henry County? Henry County, that's in Georgia, right? Are you close to Noonan County? Because if Henry County isn't, because we do have a Henry County in Georgia, and I'm thinking it's close to Noonan County. If it's close to Noonan County, Tia, I can give you her Instagram. She travels to people sometimes, so she can travel to you, or you can go to her. Um, who else do I know in that area? There's another person, but I think she's in like McDonough area. Light flakes. Okay, going back to Brianna's question. Light flakes. My loctician told me to wash it once before my first retie. I didn't wash it yet. I go to my I go for my retie in 2 weeks. It itches a few times a day. Okay, so how long you been? Let me go back to see how to deal with flakes. How long have you been locked? My loctician told me to wash it once before my first retie. So you don't shampoo it often? Yeah, you probably have buildup on your scalp, so that's why it's itching. When your pores or the follicle is clogged, because we have our natural sebum that our body naturally produces, right? So your sebaceous gland might be a little bit underactive, so that's why it's dry and flaky. So you're not getting the natural the moisture, not moisture. What's the word I'm looking for? You're not getting the natural oils that you need to lubricate your scalp and strands, right? Because your scalp, if you're dry and flaky, your sebaceous glands, it's a little underactive, so it's not producing as much. So when it gets flaky, those flakes, it's just sitting on your scalp, it's sitting on the follicles, and you want to make sure you are unclogging your follicles because once it gets irritated, it starts itching and different things like that. I'm not sure why she said to wait. She There might be a reason why she said to shampoo. I'm big on scalp care over anything because your follicles, if they are not taken care, everything rests within your follicles. If your follicles are unhealthy, your locks, it's going to affect the strands of your hair, which is going to affect how your hair performs overall. So, and that stuff can lead to irritation, inflammation of the scalp, and then you start dealing with like hair loss and stuff like that. So if she's telling you you can't shampoo for a particular reason, some people tell you not to shampoo because they're afraid of, you don't know what you're doing or it might unravel. I'm not sure what the reason is, but you can use witch hazel. You can use like a scalp astringent to put on a like a cotton t-shirt or something like that. Spray and clean in between your scalp to clean your scalp if you can't shampoo at this time. But it will at least unclog your follicles and keep it nice and clean and healthy so it can do what it needs to do. I hope that makes sense. Okay, Clayton County. Okay, so you on the other side of 80, you more by 75 and she's on 85. Um, there's a loctician. Dang it, what is her name? There is a loctician in that area that I know of. Email me. Email me so I can take the time to look for her information because I don't know how to quickly get to it right now. Um, but email me info at antoibeauty.com. Email me, say, hey, I was the one on the live looking for a loctician in Noonan, not Noonan, Clayton County or whatever. Need the recommendation, and I will look for her information and send it to you. Um, Okay, let me go. Okay, so life leads. I deal with a ton of slippage. 5 months locked. I work out about 5 days a week and sweat a lot. Any suggestions? Yeah. So you're gonna have to put your hair in a protective style when you work out. Put your hair in a protective style so you don't have to worry about slippage as much. Because with working out and all that sweating, yes, you're gonna have a lot of slippage if your hair isn't in a protective style. And a protective style could be two-strand twists. The not big two-strand twist, but two-strand twist. You can even braid your hair going back. You can twist it up into a style. Whatever you do, you're gonna have to put it up, put in a protective style to prevent the slippage. Okay, so I answered that. Okay. Yes, South Georgia near Clayton County. Okay, yeah. So email me T. Um okay, so I answered that already. I don't really sweat in my scalp, but I usually take out the braids when my hair is 90% dry. My hair is on the softer side. Could that be a factor? Yes. So um the softer your hair is, the looser the curl pattern is. It is, and especially if you have a low porosity hair, meaning your cuticles aren't raised, it if you blow on the hair, it wants to it wants to unravel. So you have to really you might have to wait till your hair completely dry because any moisture is going to, cause some type of movement. Because keep in mind when you wet your hair and you shampooing, you're creating some movement. So and when you braid and bend, are you twisting and then putting the rubber bands on the end, or are you braiding it? So for you, you might have to braid instead of twist. Braid, and maybe you need to go in with a little tighter tension, not at the root, but the actual shaft of the braid. You might want to braid it with a little bit more tension and let it dry 100%. Because if your hair is soft, your cuticles are laid flat, and you have a looser curl pattern, your hair is very prone to slippage. Any little moisture is going to cause some unraveling in the middle, at the root, or at the ends. The good thing is your loctician should know how to fix it. It's not ruined. If you have slippage, especially in the middle or whatever, they can literally interlock that back to close it up. And it's normal if you see it around your perimeter, especially when you're newly locked like that. Very common around the perimeter. Okay, so okay, I'm preparing to get locks and my hair is dyed but not bleached. I was told I could cut it off. I was told I could cut it off because it might get too dry because I can't use products, but I just see your video on water-based. Yeah, you can use a water-based leave-in conditioner to keep it from drying out so much. And if your hair is not bleached and it's not a light color, you won't experience breakage like that. But I would definitely use a leave-in conditioner, a water-based leave-in conditioner to mist it at least once a week to prevent dryness. But if you didn't bleach, child, you'll be fine. What color is your hair? My wash day is tomorrow and I'm looking forward to it. I bet you are, girl. I bet you are. Do you think I can use the ones you suggested as a newbie? Lisa, okay. What was your previous question? Yes, you can use my cocoa almond leave-in conditioner. You can use the aloe vera leave-in conditioner. You can even use rose water. That will help. Okay. I'm right below DeKalb County. Okay, this is still T I'm talking about. Okay. All right. Yep. Definitely email me. I know somebody. And she's good too. And she's a cosmetologist. So if you ever need color, eventually, not right now, but if you ever need color and different things like that, she got you. I'm not sure what type I have. It started. Okay, this is Mo. Mo, what was your previous question? Hold on. Oh, okay. You're the falling for hair falling out one. Okay. So you said I'm not sure what type I have. It started 2 years ago. So my doctor put me on minoxidil. I took it for 2 months and stopped because of the facial hair growth. And now I'm suffering with hair loss. I would go to a dermatologist and see, aside from the alopecia, I would tell them to see, if you ask them, do you have inflammation in the scalp? If you have inflammation in the scalp, see if they can treat it, because a lot of times the number one root of hair loss is inflammation. So I would definitely get that looked at. And then you said you can't remember what type of alopecia. So it's important to know what type of alopecia you have, because we need to know if it's a type of alopecia where it's a permanent hair loss or it's temporary hair loss. Because with temporary hair loss, or if it's something where your follicles aren't completely dead, we can get the hair to come back. But if your follicles are dead and it's a permanent hair loss, then, you know, but still try to find out more details, because even if it's a permanent, the alopecia that is permanent, you can at least find out what it is so you can get the proper treatment to protect the rest of the strands that you have on your head. But yeah, minoxidil is good because it grows the hair, but baby, it grows it everywhere. Okay. Rogaine is like that too. Due to a lot of, oh, and then I would, once you get your information from the dermatologist, also have your doctor do blood work, and then take that to a trichologist so they can look at it as well, and then they can further assist you. Okay, due to a lot of slippage, would it be better for me to retie my microlocks versus retwist? You palm roll for maintenance, D? Because if you got micro locks, I would assume you're interlocking. You're doing the interlocking technique, not palm rolling. Because if you have micro locks, your locks are small, and you're palm rolling for maintenance, baby, them things ain't gonna lock. It will lock eventually, but it takes forever because it's a little bit of hair. Let me let me demonstrate. Let me give you a visualization, a visual. When you have traditional locks are typically thicker, more strands, because you have more strands in traditional locks. It You have more opportunity for your hair to mat. More more strands, so you can palm roll, and it has room to lock. Baby, if you interlock for maintenance, let me get the front. And if you palm roll and you got micro locks, and we talking about this little bitty hair, and you palm rolling, this ain't gonna lock. It's not enough strands to mat up. There's no volume in this. So yes, it will eventually lock, but it takes forever. I had a client, I had a transfer client who got sister locks. I don't know what happened. Either she ended up moving or her loctician ended up moving, and then COVID hit. So she couldn't. And then, oh, yeah, she ended up moving and couldn't find somebody who did sister lock or micro locks in her area. So she found somebody who just did regular locks, which is palm rolling, right? So she went to them and they palm rolled her hair for maintenance. She did that for an entire year. Although they were able to maintain the grid, baby, when she came to me, we washed her hair. Whatever that's been palm rolled for that year, there was no palm roll, okay? It was all unraveled, and I had about 6 inches of new growth to retighten because it didn't lock. She was like, "Oh, I just got it palm rolled like 4 weeks ago." And I'm like, "Baby, your hair ain't locked." And then when you wash it, it's like it does not. It's not enough hair for it to lock. All right. Where did I leave her? Okay, good idea. Thank you. Okay, you're welcome. I don't know what that idea was, but you're welcome. Ooh, my comments are jumping. This thing finicky. How do I? Okay. Ooh, ooh, Lord, I'm getting behind on. Ooh, Lord, I'm getting behind on the comments. Lord, y'all slow down for me, okay? Slow down. Okay. So did I answer this? Okay, I answered that. Greeting, my wife watches you all the time. Hello. Can you please see her for me? I'll pay you. Ah. Y'all, I'm so booked up. I have no room. My clients be mad at me because when I make an exception and try to help somebody out, they get knocked out of an appointment slot. They looking like, girl, you need to stop feeling sorry for people. I wish I could. I wish I could. I might be making some exceptions in the summer because kids will be out of school. I'll be able to extend, but I'm not even really in the salon like that in the summer. But the times I am in there, yeah, I'll be in there. So I might be able to make exceptions from the summer because my schedule won't be so tight. Um, but thank you for the support though. Mary Bush, girl, good to see you. Hi, Miss Pauline. I'm about 16 months into my lock journey, and my locks are so thin. They look like a lot of strings. They're not getting fat at all. And you're 16 months. Okay, you still got some time. That's about a year and a half. Okay. Um, what could be the problem, or should I not worry at all? Well, one, you're not completely a year and a half. Did it swell at all at 16 months? Did you use the interlocking method? Do you have fine, low density hair? Because if that's the case, you're not gonna get much swelling because you have fine, low density hair. It is going to, if you are a 16 months lock, unfortunately, it might get a little bit skinnier because what the locks do when you lock your hair, when you interlock for maintenance, I mean interlock, whether it's sister lock, micro locks, but the technique is interlocking. When you put it in, it's skinny. And over time it swells, right? And then after it gets through swelling, and then it compacts. So you're saying you get no swelling? If you get no swelling, that tells me you don't have a tight curl pattern. You have fine low density hair, and the person did not account for how fine and low density your hair is, so they did small parts. So there's not much for it to, you don't have enough strands for it to swell. Okay. But over time, the ends will get a little thicker because hair, the hair that sheds in the lock will kind of work its way down towards the end of the lock. So that will look thicker, but the closer you get to the base is going to be skinny. I hope that makes sense. That's why I'll be telling people with fine, low density hair, if you don't want strings, you're gonna have to go a little bit thicker with your parts, and it will still be skinny because y'all got fine, low density hair. You really have to go really big for the lock to look big, but yeah, let me try to get get caught up. I think one loctician accidentally combined two locks at the root. Can this be undone, or will they have to be fully combined now? If you got to retie If she combined it on your last retie and you're getting your retie 4 to 6 weeks or whatever, you might still be able to take it out, but it is very tedious. And I would recommend having another set of eyes do it for you instead of you, because you can't see what you're doing. So if it's recently done, yes. If it's not recent, no, because it done mat together. It's, so you can finish combining the two tails, or grow it out, cut one and split it back out. Or if I don't know how new your locks are, but comb out the two locks that were combined and then separate them and then put the locks back in. Um, and did she accidentally combine them? Because that's why I say you got to use clips. When I be seeing folks, no shade on folks who don't use clips when they do a retie. Some people have mastered it. I've known some people who don't use clip and their reties look good and stuff, and they still have some type of organization going on. But I see some folks that don't use clips. There's no organization. So yeah, I digress. Thank you for answering my question about slippage. You are so welcome. What kind of band do you recommend when you braid and band? Okay, so when I braid and band, so depending on the person's hair, depending on how long they've been locked, depending on their hair, like the texture, like the texture, like is it fine? The curl pattern, is it a loose curl pattern or whatever? So depending on their hair, I might two-strand twist. I really wish I had a lock mannequin up in here. Let's just say this is a bunch of locks, right? Let me use Becky. Her hair is longer so you guys can see. Let's just say this is a bunch of locks, right? So I will twist. I always leave the base loose because you need room to get into shampoo and clean your scalp, right? So I will twist. And I don't do no loose twist. I do a tight twist. Let's just say I twist it all the way to the end, okay? And then I take the end, bend it over, and then I put a rubber band to secure it. Pretend this is twisted all the way down. But this is somebody who I'm not too concerned about their hair unraveling so much. This I would do the two-strand twist, bend it over, put the knot, put the rubber band to secure the ends. Because the point of braiding and banding is to secure the ends so they don't unravel. Okay. I need room down here so I can work. So I'm not braiding, because some of y'all be braiding it tight to the scalp. I'm like, well, how you get to the scalp to clean it? Some of y'all be braiding tight to the scalp, and so you can't get to the scalp to clean, right? So the purpose of braiding and banding is to protect the ends because you don't want the ends to unravel. However, depending on the amount of tension that was used when the hair was being interlocked, and also depending on, let's just hope they didn't miss a loop, miss a hole, create a hole. Those, if any of that happened, if the tension isn't tight enough, or if they went in the same loop in the same direction more than once, now you're creating holes. Now you're creating more room for movement. So when that water hit, if the tension wasn't tight enough, it loosens up. And so that's how you end up with holes in the middle of the lock. So, but if somebody got straighter, a looser curl pattern, they got fine hair, things like that, I would braid. I would literally, and my braid will still leave room in the at the base because I need room to get to the scalp, and then I would braid the hair. Just pretend I braided it all the way down to the end for demonstration purposes. And then I still take it and put a rubber band to secure it. Okay. So, and then I wash when I'm done shampooing, let it dry 90 to 100%. If you have fine, low density hair, low porosity hair, let that thing dry completely. Okay. You don't want no water in that because it's gonna want to try to. Ooh, the moment you take it out, there's still water in it, and it's you know what water do. Remember when you were a loose natural, you wet your hair and the hair just stretch. Same thing, okay? All right, so I hope I answered that question. Like number 30. Y'all in these colors, number 30. So that's like a I'm trying to think of the weaves, the number 30 when I used to braid back then. So that's like a copper red, maybe. So if that's the case, yeah, just do put a leave-in conditioner, you'll be good. A water-based leave-in conditioner, you'll be fine. I'm going to your website to purchase. Okay, awesome. What moisturizers do you recommend for 19-month-old sister locks? Mine still aren't mature, but I would like to start moisturizing because I don't think just rose water is enough. So then grab you the cocoa almond leave-in conditioner. So what you're probably looking for is humectants in your leave-in conditioner. Rose water is good to keep the hair hydrated and moisturized as far as, the water content, but you're probably needing some type of humectants in your spray and a leave-in conditioner. A water-based leave-in conditioner will have humectants in it like glycerin, aloe vera juice, and different things like that. So you need a humectant in it because humectants helps draw moisture from the air to your hair. That rhymes. Sorry, I'm always noticing when things rhyme. So yeah, so go with that to help you give you that extra moisture that you need because with you especially if you're in a humid area, baby, you're gonna get all of it. But yes, that's going to help for it to get that continuous moisture being drawn to your hair. So the cocoa almond or even the aloe vera juice. Aloe vera juice, there that one is the base of it is aloe vera juice. So if you want to just that, you can, or the cocoa almond one. The aloe vera juice spray leave-in conditioner has a higher content of humectant in it than the cocoa almond, but either one of them is fine. Good evening from Florida. Hey, hey. Yes, Florida raised me. All right. Evening. Any recommendations surrounding unraveling? I'm braiding and banding, and I feel like after each wash, I'm retwisting. These are micro locks started with twists and interlock at the base. Girl, yeah, you got. So the video I was going to do today that I did not get to, but I am going to eventually put it out. It's about two strand twist locks. Ooh, baby. Mm. I understand locticians want to do, there are a couple of reasons why people are doing two strand twist locks. I love two strand twist locks, but you have to know when to do it and when not to do it. Okay. Some people are doing two strand twist locks because it's quicker. It's the quickest way for them to get to their money. Okay. Or they're doing two strand twist locks. They did not take the time to take a course to learn how to interlock. Yeah, I feel like I want to tell people who go and spend their money, your hard-earned money, on a service. You need to start asking people about their level of investment. How much did they invest in them in their skill before you go sit in their chair? Because as much as I try to support people getting their coins, you have to operate in integrity. YouTube ain't gonna teach you everything you need to know about locks. for people who want to do locks for others for a living. Now, if you want to go on YouTube to learn how to put in your own locks, that is fine because you're dealing with what? Just your own hair, your own texture, your own density, your own curl pattern. You don't have to keep up with multiple curl patterns, multiple densities, multiple textures. You don't have to keep up with all of that stuff as someone doing your own hair. But if you want to be a loctician and you want to be able to service multiple people who's going to have different hair characteristics, you need to invest in a course. YouTube ain't gonna teach you how to care for everybody lock depending on the curl pattern, this, that. I'm so sick and tired of YouTube learners, YouTube University. Listen, I don't care how much you watch me on social media and you see me or any other loctician and you see them doing 4, 3, 2, and you're like, oh, that's easy. I can do it. There's so much more that goes into locking. And I hate to go off on a tangent, but there is so much more that goes into locking the hair than just technique. Anybody can learn the technique. The technique is easy. Some of y'all on here, the guests, the clients, some of my clients even know the technique. You go south, you go east, you go north, you go west. Like anybody can get that. But you have to know when to apply certain techniques, when to apply certain things, depending on the type of hair you're dealing with. And that's why for me, I focus so much heavily. That's why when y'all asking me questions, I'm like, okay, based on what you're going through, you got this texture, you're dealing with this. You asking me questions, what texture do you have? What curl pattern do you have? All of that stuff makes a difference because that helps me to listen, people. Do not give people your hard-earned money and let them play on your hair because they decided to go onto YouTube to learn how to do something. Ask them, who did you learn from? Who did you take your course from? Where is your certification? Who did you learn from? Because at the end of the day, they need to be learning from somebody. YouTube can only teach you so much. Okay? I digress. So do not give people your money if they did not take the time to invest in themselves. That don't make no sense. They won't spend the money to invest in themselves, but they want to take your money to play in their hair. All right. So, listen, who child? I try to be, just support, and I'm supportive of people who want to learn. I get it. Some folks, I digress. All right, let me go back to your questions, love. Okay. So you started off with 2-strand twists. Now, my question is, it don't this stuff be it don't even matter. And I'm not getting frustrated with you. I'm not. It's just the people out here doing folks' hair and they're not taking the time to educate y'all. They're not taking the time to do up, and it really makes me sad because you guys are spending a lot of money on this stuff. Locks ain't cheap. Because I know what I charge people for it. But folks aren't taking the time to educate. Like my client that came and sat in my chair, she got her locks done by somebody who, you get these people who will lock your hair. I call them the lock and dump locticians. I don't even want to say locticians because they don't even deserve the name. But they lock your hair, and then when it's time for a retie, they ghost. They ghosting you. You can't find them. Because they don't know how to maintain. All they know how to do is put some 2-strand twists in your hair, and that's it. And you can't find them. So this is pretty much what happened to this client. She got her hair locked, 2-strand twists, which, if you ask me, based on her curl pattern, I would not recommend the 2-strand twist method. She has low porosity hair, loose curl pattern. I wouldn't 2-strand twist her hair. But if she was like, I really want the 2-strand twist, that's what my pockets can afford, can we make this work? Then I would educate this client. Listen, if you do this 2-strand twist, you're gonna have to do this, you're gonna have to do that. You're going to have to be patient. Patient is going to have to be on your side because it's not going to act and do what you want it to do right away. You can force your hair to lock and do what you want it to do. But you and your loctician you guys are going to have to be patient within the process because it's not going to want to work with you. So you're going to have to work with it and make it lock. So now me and this person, we married now. Oh, I forgot to respond to her because she needed an appointment. I just reminded myself I got to respond to her. But we married now because now it's not complete loss. It is a lot of work and she's paying more for, to get it fixed. It is work, but it's not a loss. So we're working through it. But thank God I was willing to invest in myself, expand my knowledge, further my education on just hair, period. So I can I'm let me get to these questions because y'all probably got so many questions and I'm over here trying to get through them. So, what was your question again? Any recommendation unraveling? Okay, so with two strand twists, you're going to have unraveling, especially if you have um, a loose texture. What I would do is interlock the hair, the shaft as I go. So even with my client, every appointment, I'm like, we're gonna interlock some of this as we go. We're gonna interlock. And so you're literally transitioning that two-strand twist lock into interlocking. Now, if you have tight curl pattern and you are trying to and it's unraveling a little bit, I say give it some time. Just twist it back. If it's unraveling a little bit, twist it back because in a couple of months, you're going to start seeing it locking, but you have to, just baby it. Braid and band with two strand twists, you don't always have to braid and band because, what you're protecting the ends from, they already loose, but you braid and band to prevent matting. Because when you start your locks off with two strand twists, depending on the texture you have, if you have a loose curl pattern, you're very prone to matting. So you want to make sure that the two strand twisting is to help keep the lock elongated, and so it won't shrink and mat too much, and then you end up with them big old balls, big old locks at the end. Okay. So I hope that answers your question. Let me move on because this subject just make me mad. Okay, where am I? If you're a loctician and you don't know what you're doing, please join my lock education membership. It will save your life and your client's life. Okay, it will keep you in business because so many people get into it and then they wonder why they got a revolving door because you're not investing in yourself. You're not taking the time to learn to get the help you need. So let me move on. Okay, where was I? How long does the shrinkage phase last? About 3 years, 2 to 3 years. I started the set of locks back in November. Girl, you just started. Baby, the shrinkage 2 to 3 years, okay? 2 to 3 years. I have a video on shrinkage that you can go watch. It literally takes you through the journey of one of my clients with her shrinkage. Because baby started here and then then it dropped and then eventually you can once it drop you're gonna miss the volume but you're gonna appreciate the fact that it's not shrinking anymore. But 2 to 3 years. Okay, all right, that was the easy one. Okay, yes, the lady that does my locks palm roll, she does not interlock. Okay, I don't know why she's palm rolling micro locks. Now some people do palm roll quote unquote micro locks. Why I'm doing air quotes because micro locks can come in different sizes for some folks. Okay, so yeah, you can palm roll here and there, but not palm roll for the main thing if you have small locks. Like my older sister has micro locks. They're considered microlocks because the strand of her locks are small, but she has fine, low density hair. So although the parts are a little bit big, the strand of the locks small. So she will palm roll in between interlocking. So let's say she doesn't have, and she does her own, she maintain her own hair. So let's say she needs a retie, but she doesn't have time. She will, if she needs to interlock it but does not have time, she'll palm roll for the neatness, to keep, the parts and stuff clear and stuff. And so when she has time to interlock, then she goes in and interlock. Um My locks are on the drier side. I want to moisturize them, but due to the unraveling, I'm nervous about doing that. I live in Michigan and it's on the drier side here. Oh, yes, it is. And your locks are unraveling. Yeah. If I were you, I would try to get the unraveling under control and then start using a leave-in conditioner. Talk to your loctician to see, because you have to find out why it's unraveling. What are you doing to cause it to unravel? And I know you're probably thinking, well, I'm not doing anything, but this is where I start asking my clients lots of questions. What's your day-to-day activity looks like? Because a lot of times certain things that they're doing, they don't realize that is affecting the locks. So I got to ask the necessary questions. This is my job to ask the questions because I'm the expert, right? I don't expect my clients to know that, oh, you know what? I did do this one thing the other day and I didn't even think about the what, it's my job to do that, right? So um talk to your loctician because she might know something that you're doing or something that, but either way, y'all gonna have to get the unraveling, under control. So a lot of times with my clients, if they're having slippage, depending on where the slippage is happening, is it on the ends of the lock? Is it at the middle? Is it at the root? Depending on where the slippage is happening, I know how to phrase my questions to kind of see what's going on. And then I give my clients tips on what to do, whether it's a protective style, whether it's, doing certain things before they do said activity and so forth. So yes, talk to her. Where am I? That probably wasn't a clear answer. I swear that last one threw me off. And it's not, if it's not you. I'm just thinking about my client experience and how they pretty much locked and dumped her and they didn't even do a good job, and I'm just like, drives me crazy. Sorry, y'all, that stuff really be upsetting me. Okay, I answered that question. My locks are okay. Honestly, my hair is locking well. I have about 278 locks. Okay, I don't remember what question I asked you, D. Will do. Thank you. I'm dealing with lupus. Oh, yeah. So inflammation is definitely happening. Yeah, baby. I'm so sorry. Um, yeah, lupus does affect the hair a lot and it takes a toll on it. So talk to your dermatologist to see if they can give you something to keep the inflammation down. Because if they can keep the inflammation down, it will reduce the it will reduce the shedding, the thinning. I had a client who had inflammation in the scalp, and either the dermatologist gave her drops as well as some type of oral treatment. And so baby, when that thing came back, that hair came back in full force. I was like, "Oh, you do have hair." So cuz her follicles was just producing one strand when a healthy follicle is producing 2 to 3 strands, So definitely check to see if they can do something for you for the inflammation. Um I've been locked 14 months. A lot of newbies here. Okay, on my under 2 lock year, folks. Okay. All right. I've been locked 14 months. My hair is super soft, low porosity. Oh, now I have a lot of frizz. Oh, yeah. So you probably have a loose curl pattern. Whether I wash my hair, whenever I have a lot of frizz whenever I wash my hair, especially on the top. It looks like I need a retie after each wash. Any ideas? How often are you shampooing? Do you have a tight curl pattern? Because if you have a tight curl pattern and you have a lot of frizz after you shampoo your hair at the top, now I'm questioning the technique. Or all the strands of hair being pulled in? It makes me go to the technique, okay? And you're 14 months locked. Now, when folks are newly locked, you will have some frizzies, and then as your hair mature, as the locks, mature, the frizzies go away. But if you have a loose curl pattern, typically someone with a loose curl pattern, they're prone to frizz. High porosity hair, you know, tend to frizz, but it also could be a technique thing. I wish there was a way to send you a picture of my hair to show it is locking. Instagram. DM me on Instagram and you can send pictures there. Hi, Miss Pauline. 18 months locked. I started, okay, micro lock. I started about 24. Wait, I started on about 24" of loose natural hair. Wait, am I reading this right? You locked your hair with 20, you had 24 inches of hair and somebody locked that? Oh, that loctician went through it. Girl, am I reading that right? Who child? Kudos to the loctician who did it, honey. But my ends so 24" of loose natural hair, but my ends show no signs of locking. Is this okay? And you're 24, 18 months locked. What, 18 inches? I mean 24 inches? Good Lord. And you micro lock. How many locks you got? I want to know how many locks this person sat there and put in. Oh, most people would have told you no, right? Most people would be like, I ain't locking that. Some people actually have a cap on the on the amount of hair they'll lock. I don't know. I would have to see her hair because if you're 18 months, I would have to see her hair because if your ends, because some people ends don't lock right away. If you have a loose curl pattern, low porosity, it's not going to lock right away. So I would have to see it. Did I catch you live? Yes, you did, boo. She said, "Oh my God, can't believe it." Hey, I just started my journey on the 5th with interlock, micro locks, medium size with fine. Ooh, I like all the details, okay? With fine, low density hair. How about 200? Girl, you so detailed. I love it. How about 200 locks with all with will they thinking maybe you're trying to say thicken up to not look so scalpy. I have a small head. Love it so far. Okay, so you got 200 locks. You did the interlocking technique, medium size, fine, low density hair, 200 locks. Well, you're going to always see some scalp with 200 locks. You're going to always see some scalp. With fine, low density hair, 200 locks, yeah, you're going to see some scalp. It will thicken up a little bit, but you're going to see some scalp. Okay? I hope I didn't disappoint you too much, but you will see some scalp. 305 Capricorn, 305. Take it at the house. Take it to the house. I'm from Miami, y'all. So that's. All right, 305. Hey, hey, hey. All right. Some areas are swelling, but real beaded ends as well. Okay. The beaded might be the budding where it's I cut my hair a lot, so my hair is always buttoned. So I'm trying to see where I have some bud. I wanted to show. So you see, this is starting to bud. So this is budding. When it starts, feeling like you feel like a little balls at the end, and then it's gonna start locking and work its way up. Don't pull them if you feel tempted to. You can just take scissors if you want to. If it's bugging you, you can take scissors. Now, only if it's hanging by a thread. Because I know some of y'all be like, I want to pull it. I'm trying to see if I have any that's hanging by a thread. Because if it's hanging by a thread, I'll be like, oh, let's get rid of this child. You over here just taking up space. Probably put them. Probably got rid of them already. But sometimes it will be like a lock. It will be like your hair, and then one strand, and then a bud, a ball at the end. That one strand ain't gonna do nothing. So then if you want to clip it, you can. But if it's a bud and it's like actual hair, don't clip it, okay? Because that's your hair of that's your hair trying to lock. I so love your products though. Thank you for the support, love. Thank you. Okay. I left the Rev Air on my sister locks too long. Rev Air, is that a dryer? My locks look like they were thinning so much around the edges. Key, I don't know what you're talking about. How long does it take for ends to lock up? Mine are still loose and tangled up sometimes, so I can't wait for them to mature. So I can't wait for them to mature. I'm 19 months long. All you're gonna do is you're gonna wait. Um, Sometimes it takes about 3 years for it to completely lock. Sometimes, but some people ends don't. Some not every lock on the head, but some locks don't lock on the same head. So you might have some on the in the front that's still loose while everything is locked. So, but typically about 3 years. Um, okay, I read that. I think I'll have to combine a lot. Key, how many locks do you have? You talking about combining? Why would you want to combine your locks? Hey, hey, hey. See some new people coming in. Preach sis, truth, woosah. Yes, woosah. Hey, Marissa. I'm breathing now, y'all. I'm breathing. Where did the 2 point where did 2 point come from? I never heard of that. Only 4 and 3. 2 point came from, well, 2 point for the most part kind of always existed from people who interlock, but they were doing like the traditional. Because yeah, interlocking ain't new. People think interlocking was introduced when sister locks came about. Interlocking was before that. Um Interlocking isn't a new technique, and people you have some people who just interlock with the 2 point. A lot of people who do traditional locks, like the ones who palm roll, when they interlock, they're interlocking with the 2 point rotation, side to side, up and down, side to side, up and down, side to side. So it's been refined. The interlocking technique has been refined over time, and that rhyme again. But the 2 point has always been really the main thing in the traditional lock world. And now people do the 2 point. A lot of those people who self-maintain do the 2 point to because it's easier. Because when you're maintaining your own locks, certain points are hard to hit. So you're trying to do this and then this and then this and then this, like, so it's easy to just go whoop, whoop. So that's a lot of people who self-retire do the 2 point. I don't do 2 point. unless my clients are asking me to do 2 points, and the ones who ask me to do 2 points are the ones who self-retie, and they just come to me once in a blue for me to check and maintain and stuff like that. And they like, can you do a 2 point to keep what I got going on going? And I'm like, okay. So yeah, true. Okay. Ooh, ooh, this thing jumped. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, sorry for triggering you. It's okay, love. It's okay. And you are not the problem. It's the folks that be over here doing us wrong. Like, it's already hard for Black women to love their hair, to just, and then you got folks who ain't doing right, making it more difficult for people to embrace their crown. It was started with two strand twists because my hair is fine and low density. She felt interlocking would turn out too thin. But you but you interlocking for maintenance. You're interlocking for maintenance, so it's still gonna be thin. It's just gonna give you volume in the, up front for a little bit. But with two strand twists, when you put it in, it swells. And that's fine if that's what she did, but she got to tell you the full story. So you know at least what to expect. With two strand twists, it gives you volume up front. So when I have clients who want that volume up front, but if you're interlocking it for maintenance, the interlocking is what's going to take over. The two strand twist part, yes, you have volume up front, but it condenses. It gets tighter. And as it gets tighter, it's going to be skinnier. So I hope she set that expectation for you, because it's going to be skinny anyways once it's locked in, because you guys are interlocking for maintenance. It's going to be skinny. So I hope that makes sense. Not lock and dump. Yes, child. They be locking and dumping. You know how many people been ghosted? They're like, yeah, I went to the place. They not picking up my calls. They not, and it's because I'm like, where y'all finding these people? Y'all see that little two strand twist, beautiful rose and stuff on social media. Y'all like, ooh, I like that. Y'all don't see no maintenance on their page. They ain't showing no maintenance. And y'all, ooh, lock me up. They like, yeah. And some of them will tell you up front, I will put them in, but I will not maintain. You got to find somebody else. So at least some of them are honest with what they will do. But yeah. Um good. Okay. I should have gotten full interlocking method for my hair. I'm so tired of the unraveling. Just have every appointment. Just say, hey, can you do can you do a loop? Like, you can just pretend this is two strand twist. Literally, she can go in and interlock the shaft to tighten it up so you won't keep having the unraveling. It is tedious. She might charge. Just be prepared. But it could be done, it could be maintained. Um Me too. I was taught only 4 and 3 point rotation, and the reason why. Okay, so if you take Sister Lock course, Sister Lock don't teach no 2 point rotation. You learn the three, the four, and the other stuff, which I won't mention. I don't want nobody coming after me. But the 2 point is not taught in a Sister Lock course. Um, in my course, I do teach the people the 2 point and let them know when to use it, how to use it, why you use it, and all this other stuff. But But the 2 point does exist. And the 2 point is very beneficial for repairs too. Okay. Clients, locks, and loctician relationship is a joint custody. It sure is. Yes, it sure is. I have sister locks. How much hair should be left out when establishing the locks? The goal is to not have any hair out, but you're going to have about half an inch or less out. When folks tell you 3 inches should be out, 2 inches should be out, baby, run because they're just not trying to lock all that hair. Okay. You want to lock as much as possible. Sometimes I have less than a quarter of an inch out. And it all depends. If your hair isn't even, it's very jagged, uh, um, get a trim. Cause baby, if your behind don't get a trim and you come into the loctician and it's very sparse. Yeah, you see, I can't even see this thing. It's very sparse. Baby, they ain't locking this. So you might have all this out, and then wherever the thickness begin, that's where they're gonna lock. So that's why I always tell people, if you got these little strings, cut it. What you holding on to it for? Cut. Because they ain't gonna lock it. And then y'all talking about, oh, it's matting. Yeah, because these strings that's out intertwining with the other ones, and now you're like, so cut it. What's that song? This something, son, you need to cut it. I don't know the words. Something, something, son, you need to cut it. Y'all remember that? That's like let me leave it alone. Okay. Okay. Oh, that was my problem. Okay. Well, wearing my hair in flat twist to sleep keep it from locking. No. If you're just doing this to sleep, no. Yes, I do. I do. I shampoo every 2 weeks. Okay, that's good. What? Oh no. Okay, wait. Okay. This is my second time micro locking. First set started with extensions. Never again. Thank you. Okay, thank you. I'm glad you learned. Okay. Never again. So I took them out and used my hair. Good job. Had to cut a lot of loss of volume, 9 inches up to 5. 9 inches up top and 5 in the back. Okay. It's okay. I can work with it. Thanks for the info. I love your page for your info. I don't know what you're referring to, but you're welcome. Does the part size really determine how thick the lock? Nope. Does the part size really determine how thick the lock will be when it is fully mature? Interlock method, I have high density thick hair. Now, if you got high density thick hair, it might come close to it, but the part size don't always determine the size of the lock. But if you have thick, high density hair, it is going to be close, yes. But if you have fine, low density, you ain't got to worry about that. Um, okay. Love your hair. Thank you, girl. The color looks really good. Thank you. I recently had an experience with lock combining. Do you have any recommendation or advice on taking them apart? If it was newly done, you can take it apart. I actually have a video on my Instagram showing me separating one of my clients' locks because she decided to do her reties and ended up combining some locks, and I had to take them undone. If it's new, you could do it. If it's been combined for a minute, mm, it's hard to undo. But once I'm done with this video, you can go back and watch the beginning because someone had the same question and I answered it. So I'm just doing that for time because it's been a minute since, yeah, we're going on an hour and a half and I'm trying to get through these questions. Okay, okay, okay. Yes. Okay, reverse hair dry. I have about 300 something else, but they are thinning. I don't know why your hair is thinning. This needs to be a deeper, a more in depth conversation so we can get to the, you know, find out why. Because I don't think a hair dryer will cause it. Okay, understood about the rotation. Thanks for explaining. Very helpful. Thinking hard about becoming a consultant. Oh, girl. Okay, come on over to the loctician side. We bomb over here. We good. Um, and if you're gonna be a good loctician, we need you. We need good, well educated folks. Okay, that's going to take care of clients who care about clients. I have courses. I have mentorship. I have a membership. I got it all. Um, I use your leave-in conditioner and I love it. Oh, I'm glad you do. I have noticed a significant difference in the moisture of my hair. Thank you. I am a customer for life. Hey, thank you. Key. What about the cons of doing 2-point rotation? I plan on converting 2-point rotation in the future when I self maintain myself. The con, um, prone to slippage. If you don't want bent, crinkly locks, um, then I wouldn't do it because it will give you it's like it almost give you like a tight curl look. It's crinkly. Um, I don't recommend a 2-point rotation for everybody. I don't recommend a 2-point rotation for people with low porosity, um, loose curl pattern. It just doesn't hold well. So it all depends on the type of hair you're working with. Not everybody's a candidate for a 2-point rotation. Okay. Do you recommend steaming for moisture? If so, how often? Yes, I love steaming for moisture. Make sure you're using a hair steamer, not a facial steamer, because the molecules are different. Um, I will only steam for if your locks are mature, please do not do steam if you are newly locked. If your hair ain't locked, if you're dealing with slippage, steaming ain't for you. Mature locks only, and you can do it as often as you want to. Wait, not as often. Ooh, child. Let me take that back. If you have high porosity hair, you want to be careful. You can steam, but you want to be careful not to steam too much because that's water, and you don't want your hair to go through high growth fatigue. So, but if you have low porosity, you steam as often as you want to. But for me, I typically do it once a month because I do it like every other wash or when I have time or when I'm at the salon because a lot of times I'm washing my hair at home. If I'm shampooing my hair at home, I'm not steaming it at home. But if I do it in the salon, I have all my equipments there and stuff like that. That's when I'm doing like my scalp analysis. I'm steaming my hair. I'm treating myself because Felicia doing my hair, so I can be like, "Oh, girl, I want the steam, I want this, I want that," because I got someone else doing it for me. But when I'm at home, I ain't doing all that because I don't have the stuff home, and I'm not driving to my salon just to go ahead and get the steam. Mm-mm. So yeah, okay. I'm getting caught up with the questions. Okay, I had my hair cut before she did the establishment. Pamela, what we talking about? I had my hair cut. I had my hair cut before she did the establishment. I don't know what we're talking about. I'm curious, what's the highest number of locks you've ever had to retire? Whoo, child. And I even did a video. She was one of those when y'all look at my lock talk videos, she did one of my lock talks, okay? So homegirl did her own install. Uh and she did a fine job, by the way. I was so impressed. I said, girl, these lines. These parts are so consistent. She did a fine job. But baby, she put over 800 locks in her head. High density, thick hair. okay? 800 something locks, almost 900 locks, okay? I have to say 100 because, baby, when she sat in my hair, I said, and when we did the consultation, she was like, "Yeah, I'm really hoping you can help me because she did her install planning to do her own maintenance because when she was price shopping for the install, folks was quoting her. She's like, baby, I ain't paying that. I can do it myself. After she did it, it took her 3 months and she was like, oh, I wish I would have just paid somebody to do this. But then after she put almost 900 locks in her head, nobody wants to retie her hair. Baby, I can retie 1,600 locks or whatever. As long as you pay me, I don't care. I will sit and do it because doing locks, interlocking is therapeutic for me. So she has almost 900 locks, and it takes me, I want to say she has like, I want to say 950, I mean 854 or 8 something. And it takes me, wash and retie 3 hours to do her hair when she is at 6 weeks. Now, life be happening. So one time she came to me at 6 months. So yeah, I got somebody to help me. I got my sister to help me to tag team, and it still took us like 5, 6 hours with the two of us. So baby, yeah. When y'all putting a lot of locks in your head and when y'all asking for a lot of locks, just know that it does take time. But she won't go to anyone else because most people are retired. Some people speed, they're retightening locks, 5 hours for 400 locks. And she got double that. So baby, she go to she go elsewhere. If they're speeding not up, she gonna spend about 10, 12 hours there. So I hope I answered your question. I know I threw in extra information, but yeah, her story to me is always interesting because I'm just like, her locks are beautiful though. She got lovely hair, but baby, she put in locks. I've seen people with 800 plus that self retire and couldn't imagine. Listen, I'm with you. I'm with you. I got about 400 locks and I don't self retire. I'm 5 months locked, and when I use oil, when can I use oils and leave-in conditioner? You can use a water-based leave-in conditioner whenever. I use water-based leave-in conditioners on my clients' hair day one. Now, the oil, why are you oiling? Is it for dryness or is it just habit? If it's just habit, I would say don't worry about oiling until you figure out why you oiling, because not everybody hair need to be oil. Okay. So, but with you being 5 months locked, talk to your loctician because most people say no, 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 no to oils. Okay. So talk to your loctician to see if you can get the okay to oil your scalp. Appreciate you. I'm gonna be patient for the for the 2 years. Interesting part is the front of my hair is managing well with the twist because it's a tighter curl pattern than the back. Can also combine later if too fine. Okay. So if the front is locking quicker, because you have a tighter curl pattern, yeah, I do see that. Typically, it's the reverse. People have a looser curl pattern up front, the back's tighter. Um, but some people I've seen where people in the back got white people hair in the back. I was like, why so straight? So yeah, and see if she can interlock it as she goes. It doesn't have to be no full session. She can interlock just a row every appointment, the back, so you don't have to deal with so much slippage. Because with the back being straighter and unraveling, baby, that back will bunch up quick. Okay. So to prevent any bunching, um, interlock it. And if your hair slips, like let's say the whole strand flip, unravel, slip, lock, interlock the whole thing. It's okay to have the two different ones because eventually they're all going to look the same. Okay. And if you're going to combine, make sure it makes sense to combine. Don't combine because Oh, I just feel like it needs to be combined. Is is it thinning? Is it not going to be healthy enough to stand on its own a couple of years down the line? Okay. I have about 11 to 12 inches of hair and it's low porosity as well. And I've been locked for about 2 months. I know it's more than 2 inches out. Mm. So if you interlock for if your hair was interlocked, the technique used to was to interlock and you have 11 inches and you got more than 2 inches out, braid the ends. Braid the ends to prevent any type of bunching. Although the braid is a different technique than the interlocking part, you will prevent bunching and slippage, and eventually the ends and the interlocking will start looking the same. But the braided pattern will take a little bit longer to go away than the interlocking pattern, but that's a better alternative than just letting it be. All right. Yes, I'm thinking hard because of things I went through, and in my area, they need locticians that love the work and not all about the money. I have an awesome consultant now and desire to help. Awesome, 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 awesome. And then y'all can tag team and take over the town. Would you ever consider adding the audience to your live to check their hair? I don't know how to do that. Yeah, I would, but I don't know how to do that, child. I don't even know how to add nobody to know. Now on Instagram, I know how to add the live and stuff, but on YouTube, I don't know how to go live with people. I don't know how to add people. I don't know how to do none of that because I don't even see a button where it says add somebody. On Instagram, it'll say request or invite somebody to do this. I don't even see that when I'm on here. I don't know, but yeah, I wouldn't mind. When steaming hair, do you use products? Do you have a video looking to do it myself at home? So you can, when I steam my hair, I will do a deep conditioning leave-in conditioner. It's still water-based, mist. I will spray my hair with that and then steam it so it can push the product in my hair and penetrate. And yeah, and there's heat too. So yeah. Okay. All right, y'all. Questions are dying down, and I'm gonna be wrapping up. Okay, so don't be throwing any last minute questions up in here when I'm trying to wrap up. Okay. Um, I had I had asked how much hair should be left out when I thought I answered that, Pamela. As little as possible, close to none. Okay, for hair to be left out. I have 385 locks, and it takes 4 hours for the retie. It's okay. Whoever's doing it, I don't know how long she's been doing it, but her speed may increase. The goal is for the speed to increase. But then you have some people who are actually locking and they just, baby, they in the zone. They not. I've noticed that if you're doing it as a business and your goal is to generate income, you work with a certain level of diligence and different things like that. But if you're just doing it, just I'm just retightening a couple of people's hair, this is a side hustle for me, yada yada. Some people, you know how crocheting is relaxing and you don't, knitting and all that stuff, some people ain't trying to move with purpose on your head. When I Everything I do with purpose. So I tell folks all the time, if you don't like fast retires, don't come to me because I do everything fast. I talk fast, I move fast, baby. So some people will say, "Oh, my speed been X, Y, and Z for the past 5 years," and I'm like, "Well, it's because you're not working on it." And some people don't care to work on it because that's not their goal. To be fast isn't their goal. They just enjoy what they do and they talk to you, girl. Yeah, okay, yeah, and they retire. Yeah, baby. They just They just working and they're like, okay, yeah, all right, 5 hours later, we're done. Okay, give me your money. See you next time. They just very chill. They, it's a side job for them because they got another job paying them. They're not trying to, baby, me, I'm looking like how many clients I got today. How can how can I get this speed up so I can get more folks in my chair so I can be done? That's just me. So um but for 385 locks, maybe that's like a 2 hour, sometimes hour and a half retie for me. Do you have a recommendation for deep conditioner for steaming? Do you have something in your product line for deep conditioner? Mm. If you're going to use a deep conditioner, hmm, I would say, hmm, I like the sea moss, because I like the sea moss by Influence, the sea moss infused conditioner. They have a shampoo and conditioner. So you can use the sea moss infused conditioner. The thing is with the thick, creamier conditioners, you have to really work it into your hair. Work it into your hair and then sit under the steamer so it can, help. But then you got to make sure you wash it out really well, really well. Okay. So the deep conditioner, I don't have it here, but the intense moisture deep leave-in conditioner that I use is a Pravana brand, and they don't sell it at, you might be able to find it on Amazon. Click on my Amazon link in any one of my videos where it says shop my Amazon, whatever. And it's on there, but it's not a lot of people who selling it because what people do, they buy the stuff from the not the beauty supply store, but the beauty supply store for cosmetologists. Like we have our places where we shop and then people buy it in bulk and then sell it online on Amazon. So you're not going to find it at any just random beauty supply store or any online store. You have to either go to Pravana site or check to see if someone is selling it on Amazon. So that's what I can recommend. Let me show y'all something. For someone who is asking a two pattern, I don't have a two pattern on Becky's hair, but I did do a video on knotted locks. And some people were after me, boy, like, you got the wrong information. Okay, well, just tell me the right information. So, y'all see, this is a knotted lock, but y'all see how it has stretch and bounce to it? For some people, depending on their curl pattern, when they do a 2-point rotation, it's like you will almost have like a stretch and bounce to your lock. A 2-point rotation makes it more bendy. If that that's the best term I can think of right now, but it makes it more bendy and but yeah, just I was playing with it and I was like, oh, this is a good visual for them. Okay. All right. Thanks again for your time and patience. You are welcome, love. Carrie, I think I hope I answered your question. Honestly, thank you. You're welcome. I posted another question and you didn't remember and you asked what I was talking about. Oh, okay, okay. Awesome, awesome. Thank you, Pamela. Wish I colored my hair auburn color before locks. No bleach. Can I color now or too risky? Loctician said it would be fine, but unsure. I'm worried my hair would dry out and break. Locked 2 weeks. You've been locked 2 weeks and you asking about color? And your loctician said it would be fine. Girl, I thought you was gonna say 2 years, and I'm like, girl, go ahead. 2 weeks. You better not touch not one color, okay? You better not touch not one color if you want some healthy locks, okay? All right. You have made this Friday full of great information and a lot of laughter. Cassandra, my girl. Cassandra supports me in everything I do. I appreciate you, girl. The girl, I swear she buys products every month. She follows me on all social. She support me on my podcast. Girl, thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yes, I want color so bad. You're gonna have to take several seats because you're 2 weeks lax and you talk about color. You can't, girl, you can't color right now. You're welcome. You're welcome. You cannot color right now. Are you doing a root touch up or are you trying to color the whole thing? Girl, when you color too early, so let me give you the why behind it so you don't go say, well, I know Pauline said no, but my loctician said yeah. So I'm going to do it anyway. So let me tell you why you don't want to color too soon. Bunching, slippage, the you lose some of the elasticity of your hair and you loosen your curl pattern, and because you loosen your curl pattern, that's what's going to cause some of this bunching. Okay, and then your hair is not going to swell as it should. You're going to end up with skinny, stiff, hard locks. Okay, all right. Don't say I didn't warn you, okay? Because I got plenty of folks, they be like, Pauline, I hear you. What I'm gonna do? And then they come in my chair. Huh, why is my lock doing this? Why is it doing that? Don't ask me no questions. We already talked about this. That's when I be really speed retightening because you need to get on my chair because you don't listen. You guys been amazing. Thank you for a great time. I love coming on here talking to y'all because y'all be cracking me up. Yes, this is the first time I've been on your live and I'm definitely enjoying myself. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. Okay. I'm glad. So, thank you for being here. Thank you for chilling with me on a Friday night. Y'all must not go out on Friday nights. I know I don't go out, but I'm a mom with young kids and I'm a boring person. I don't really go out. So I could work on my business all day. Okay. Probably not the best thing, but I can sit here and chat with y'all all day. But on a Friday night, y'all chilling with me, over 50 people on the call. The highest I saw, not the call, the live, the highest I saw was 62 folks. So thank y'all for chilling with me. Like my co-worker at my old job used to say, her mama, she said, my mama said, ain't nothing open that night but legs. Cause she's like, I don't go out at night. You ain't got no business to be out after dark. Her mama was funny. So I don't really, do much. So thank y'all for hanging out with me on a Friday night. Okay. All right. I see some couple of stuff coming in. Okay, thank you for your time. My first time too. Appreciate you, boo. Yes. Which is the best in your estimate? Which is best in your estimation? 2 point or 3 point or 4 point? It all depends on the hair. It all depends on your hair and your goal for your hair. So I base it off a curl pattern. I base it on the look you want. Yeah. So there's not a best. This all depends on your curl pattern, your goals for your hair, and so forth. She said, "Nope, I don't go out at all." Girl, I feel you. And if I do go out, I'm only going out to eat and coming right back home because I love to eat. But stuff too expensive outside. You go out to eat. My sisters and I went out to eat one time. Child, a lobster was like $70. We're like, what? Who child? Mm. It's one of them places where there's no price on the menu, so you just order because the food is good. It was good though, but dang, $70 for a lobster. Who at the table like we won't be ordering that again. Okay. Nope, I don't. Okay. Microlocks 9 months. Now, Naomi, you've been here sitting on this live for a whole hour. Let me see if you're asking a question before before I get on you. Micro locks, 9 months, loctician wash, retie, bantu knot, dries and takes down locks have been lovely. Now hair is long, won't really curl. I want hair to look thicker. Oh, so overall, the longer your hair gets, your curls are going to you're not going to get the same type of curls. Like the weight, because the longer it is, the more weight. Keep in mind, y'all hair shedding every day, and we got locks, and our hair is shedding in the lock. So if you're looking to get tail, butt length, waist length, bra strap length hair, and then you want curls, you will get curls, but them curls won't be as tight, and they'll last. You'll have a shorter length of curl time. If your curls used to last 2 weeks when they were short, now your hair long, it's not going to hold the curls as long as you used to because of the weight and stuff. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. First time on YouTube Live. This is better than better than the streets. Yeah, baby. Ain't like they say, ain't nothing good going on that night. Okay. Thanks. You're welcome. Yes. That's what was told. Yes, Pamela. My friend, so I'm in my 40s. She's in her 50s now. So her mama is like in her maybe 60s or 80s. But yeah, she said, girl, her mama used to be like, where you going? Why aren't you home? Now, mind you, she was grown when her mama would call her and check on her. She said, ain't nothing going on after dark. Okay. You're welcome. Learned a lot. I'm glad you did. Yes, ma'am. Ordering tonight. Products are Cassandra, thank you, love. Ordering tonight. Products are the real deal. You will not be disappointed. Thank you. I was typing fast because you were wrapping up. Well, here get any thicker. Right now, just getting longer. Oh, once your hair drop, it ain't getting any thicker. Once you pass that 3-year mark with your locks and you get that drop, your hair is not going to get thicker. It's just going to get longer. Go watch the shrinkage video and you will literally see my client hair go like this and then it's shoop. It's like no body. Like people with long hair, they want long locks, but they complain that there's no body when it's long. There's no body. It's just so I keep my hair short because I like the fullness in the body. When it was longer, it was just look limp. So I love short hair. And I do it short and layers so I can get body. All right. Okay. I hope I answered your question, Naomi. You are truly a blessing to your viewers. Have a great weekend. Thank you, love. Enjoy your weekend. Okay, thanks. My hair is 4C and thick. So which rotation would you suggest? Four. Definitely four. You answered question already. Thank you so much. You're welcome. All right, that was it. Look like ain't nothing else. All right, y'all. If you are a loctician and you want to be at the Lockpreneur Experience Seminar, go get your ticket. VIP sold out, but we still have some general tickets left. So the Lockpreneur Seminar is for aspiring locticians, already locticians, seasoned locticians. Be there, okay? Sign up, invest in yourself. Come and build community with folks. It is going to be the bomb. Got tons of amazing speakers. You're going to learn lots of business strategies. Like you're going to be working on content, baby. And we're going to do a repair, hands-on repair class the last day. We're going to do a repair class. So if you are influencer, a lock influencer, and you want to take advantage of content day and business strategy day and all this other stuff, all of that is for you. Okay. So be there. If you want to join my lock education membership, definitely the link will be somewhere on my videos on Instagram. So you guys can join. But if you're a loctician, you investing in yourself is a must, okay? Is this another question? Oh, yes, it is. Hi, yeah, I am 6 months locked, 6 months in, but wish my hair was locking as far down to the end as possible. Oh, okay. So my hair was 5 inches long when installed. What is the determining factor? Did they not lock all your hair? 6 months, 6 months in, but wish my hair was locked as far down to the ends as possible. Okay, so they didn't lock all the way down to the end. My hair was 5 inches long when installed. What is the deter? They should that thing 5 inches. The whole thing should have been locked. You shouldn't have much hair left out at all. Like, does Becky? No, not Becky. Dang, I don't have any locks on you. Where's my other mannequin? I wanted to show you a demo or something that was already done. I guess this one. What's my other one? Okay. This, like with 5 inches, honestly, the thing you shouldn't have. I don't know if you can see this, but this is probably as much hair you should have out with 5 inches. With 5 inches, you should not have hair left out like that. But a lot of people don't know how to see. That's the thing. Going back to YouTube, I've seen people start locks so many different ways. And that's why some of y'all having ends that aren't you having so much hair left out, or the moment some type of moisture hits your hair, it's unraveling because of how people are starting the lock. They're not creating a stopping point. They're not yeah, I digress. Patty, you probably weren't here earlier when I was going off. Okay, before you go, what are your thoughts on using black hair dye on non-mature locks? Is it as bad as using bleach? So I'm assuming with black hair dye, you're just depositing. Okay, if you're just gonna deposit, let me just give you a cheat sheet because I don't recommend this to everybody, and any loctician will tell you no. But I play outside the box sometimes, most times. So if you're gonna do a black hair dye meaning you're mainly depositing, you're not lifting. So because you're not lifting, you're just depositing. You can literally use like a really low volume if you're mixing it, a low volume like a 5. Some brands even go low as far as low as 3.5. You can even do like a zero lift and then mix it with the color and then put it in your hair. But then secure the ends before you wash it out and shampoo. That's what I would do for my client, especially when I have clients who trying to cover up grays and they're like, Pauline, come on now. Come on. I got to get this color. I can't do no gray. And I'm like, okay, if we just covering up grays and we're doing black and we're not lifting, we're just depositing, we cheat a little bit, okay? But you gotta secure the ends when you shampoo so them things don't unravel. Okay? That's the cheating. You have to your hair is 5 inches. Let me read this comment so the people watching a replay know what I'm yelling about. Pamela, the tickets, since y'all on this live, the tickets are $1,000, but since y'all on this live, y'all can message me and say, Pauline, just give me my 20% off, please. And I got you. And I will send you a code. My VA ain't on here because we've been on here too long. She probably went to sleep to drop in a code for you. But just message me. Pauline, give me the hook up to the seminar and I'll give you a 20% discount to the seminar. Um, yeah, it's 3 days, 3 full days. Okay, so back to. Did I miss anything? This comment thing driving me crazy. Okay, Patty. You got 5 inches of hair and you got about 3 inches of hair left out and not locked. Going down all the way, I have up to 3 inches left out on some. Wish it was. I really hope you didn't spend money on a lot of money on this. You mean to tell me out of 5 inches, they lie about 2 inches? See, this is what I'm talking about. Folks just playing, 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 play, play, play. How you leave that much hair out? I got clients. I've locked folks with just 2 inches of hair, and we lock the whole thing. Ooh, Patty, I'm sorry, but that's just too much hair. See if you can get them ends locked, because that's room for bunching. When there's too much hair out like that, that's just a recipe for bunching. I'm sorry, babe, because that's just too much hair out. That's just pure laziness. How you have 5 inches and you only lock two? That's wrong. Before you go, okay, we answered that already. Okay, I answered that already. Is a 3 point good enough for medium density hair? You could do. See, you going by density. It's really the curl pattern. You said you have 4C. I wouldn't recommend no 3 point for a 4C. But if you're trying to do a 3 point for to have a little bit more volume on the locks, because 3 point does make it a little thicker, then you could. But my recommendation is 4 point. Um. Oh wow, smash my hair. I was told it's about the strength of the hair and how much each strand can take. She said it depends on the strength of of my hair. That's why she locked only 2 inches and not 3 inches, Patty. Patty. Uh, did you get sister locks? Let me know. Did you get sister locks? Is she a sister lock consultant? Okay, you said I'm disappointed because it would have looked neater, a whole lot neater, all the way down the lock, and I would have preferred that. And you only got 5 inches. Ain't like you went to her with 12 inches and she didn't want to lock the whole thing 5 inches. That's some lazy work. Can you add Afro bulk to braided lock after an install? No. What you trying to add Afro? Why you want to add the Afro kinky hair? Because you want extensions? No. For a curl pattern. Okay, yeah, you could. Is that the same person I was? Yeah, you could do for a curl pattern. Yes, you could do 3 point. I'm sorry if I read 4C earlier, but for a yes, you could do 3 point. 5 to 6 inches and at least 2 to 3 inches left out on some ends. Patty, I would take pictures and send. If she's a sister lock consultant and she's on the website, I will ask for some money back because she did not do the work. If she does not give you some money back, do what you got to do. And Sister Locks will stand behind you. That's all I'm saying. I don't know how much you pay. Now, if you didn't pay a lot, then that's probably why because folks, oh, child, I'm going to have to delete this live afterwards. I don't know if I'm going to keep it up. I might have to delete this live afterwards. Woo! Mm. Whew, she's a consultant. Why is 4 point why is 4 point is best for 4C hair? Is it because it's neater or what? Sue, you a loctician or a client who go to somebody to get their hair done? Mika, soft hair, thanks. Okay, I believe I answered your question. I did pay a lot. Ooh, Patty, Patty, Patty. So let me tell you a story, and then you can do what you want with it, because I can't tell you what to do. I had this client, not my client, but a client who just came to me for another service, but she had sister locks. She was getting somebody, she was paying for sister locks. The whole story was just crazy, but she was paying for sister locks. And I can't even go into too much detail because I don't want, yeah. But the gist of it was she did not get what she paid for because sister locks comes in a package deal. If you're going to say, I do sister locks and I'm offering this service, you have to follow their guidelines. Okay. So this person had pretty much her helping with the install. So said person didn't really do all of the work. So when it was time to pay, home chick was like, I'm paying you all of this money because I had to step in and help. Person said, you gonna give me my money? And she said, well, I'm not gonna, because she had already paid. And she was like, I need some money back. So long story short, there was a dispute. The person, I think the loctician, the consultant tried to the somehow the bank got involved and they wanted to cancel the transaction, but the bank wouldn't cancel the transaction because y'all know how we locticians be taking pictures of our progress of the hair as we go, right? So this person showed the bank just a portion, depending on how the picture was taken, it looked like the whole thing was done, but it wasn't. So anywho, so the bank refused to run the transaction back. So the client couldn't get her money. So she took pictures, documentation, contacted the sister lock home office, and was able to dispute, and she got her money back. So, but it's because this consultant cared about her reputation with Sister Locks and cared about her standings with Sister Locks and did not want to get taken off the site and so forth. So the loctician did what was best in her interest to resolve the situation. It might not always work that way, but whatever you do, yeah, I can't tell you what to do because we live. But I would just talk to, how about you talk to the consultant and say, hey, I see that I got 5, 6 inches of hair and my hair was, I've seen other videos, I've talked to different people, and my whole head is not locked. And I got 6 inches. What did she say? Why it wasn't locked? Let me see. Okay, I can't see where. But say, hey, can we work together to get this fixed? Because from what I'm seeing, the majority of this should have been locked. I have enough strands. Now, if you saying you got 6 of hair and it's sparse, like you probably wasn't on the live earlier, and the strands. I'm trying to get the white background. Your strands are like sparse, right? Ain't a lot to lock. That's different because you need enough strands to create a lock. Like it needs to be healthy strands. So if you had like what's the word I'm looking for? Split ends, straggly ends, and it wasn't enough to lock, then there's really nothing she could do to lock but lock where the healthy part of the hair starts, where there's actually enough strands to lock to start. So yes, there are some situations where people got literally strands and the density, the thickness of the lock don't start until you get like halfway. And so that's what you can lock and that's what you can work with. But if you're telling me this whole thing, your whole hair is thick all the way through, and the lock and all this is locked out, and the lock start down here, that ain't no excuse why the it's not a full lock. I also kept all pictures along the way too. Ah, okay, understood. Oh wow, did I make did I make a live? Y'all be Antigua. Hey girl. I miss Antigua. Antigua. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but I miss it. Beautiful island, by the way. So that's all I got to say to that. Because if it's just strands, few strands, we can't lock just 3, 4 strands. But if it's a thick, healthy amount of hair that's out, that should have been locked. Okay, that's it, y'all. We've been on here over 2 hours. I got to go to bed because I got an event, my conference to go to tomorrow. It was great talking to y'all. And talk to the loctician to see what y'all can resolve on your own. Because if you truly have all that hair out, mm-mm, mm-mm. You're welcome. You said it's definitely not strands. Yeah. Ooh, people need to stop taking shortcuts. And she might be new. Who knows how her training was? She might be new. She probably don't even really know and understand. So just talk to her and see if she can work with you, lock them over time, do something, because that's a definitely a recipe for bunching. So awesome, awesome. Did you you said you washed it? Did you braid and band when you washed? Cause don't go to her when you over here done wash your hair without braiding and banding. You got slippage. Now you're like, girl, this ain't locked. So if it weren't locked from day one, that's different. But always braid and band. Okay, all right. Well, just talk to her. See what you can resolve and get done on y'all end first. Go humbly to her. Don't go with no attitude. This person on the line told me you ain't do my hair. Don't do that because that's not going to resolve anything. Just say, hey, I have some concerns. Can we talk about it and can we, come up with a solution and so forth? People are more receptive when you come to them. What the Bible say, a gentle answer. But if you come at them harsh, it's gonna turn a gentle answer, turn away wrath. So even if she's like, What is she talking about? The more gentle you are, and she can't attack your gentleness. It's gonna, so just approach it as I just want to see how we can help my hair to be beautiful because it's a journey and I want to enjoy my journey. So, can we work together? Let's see what we can do before you take any further actions. Okay. So, but that's crazy. Crazy. Okay. And no matter how crazy you think it is, don't go to her talking about what you did was crazy. Just be like, this this is what I'm noticing. This is what I'm seeing. These are my concerns based on some research I've done. Bunching, da 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 da. Because just because they've been doing it for a long time, don't mean much. Because if you've just been doing the technique, not really taking the time to understand things and learn hair, how it and if they've been doing for a long time, or is it their side hustle? Is it their job? Because if it's a side hustle and they just doing one head a month, I don't know. I'm just trying to give folks the benefit of the doubt, but just ask questions, talk, have a conversation, So yeah. Okay, so yeah, I am done. I know I keep saying I'm done and I keep talking. Okay. I live with I live with them braided up because I don't want them to get fluffy. Okay. Thanks for all the good info. Caught it all. Thank you so much for the advice. You're welcome. Awesome, awesome. Indeed, good answer turns away wrath. Yes, yes, yes. Pauline, happy to see a fellow Haitian. Yes, Shelly. Sister doing her thing. Awesome. Main job for sure. Man, yeah, just talk, just have a conversation. Just have a conversation. Cause you know, we don't know all the answers. So have a conversation. Okay. That's all I got for y'all. Good night. I'm getting tired. I'm sleepy. I'm in Eastern time. So it's like 9 o'clock my time, and my bedtime is in an hour. All right, y'all. Have a good night, and thank you so much for being here. I don't know when's the next time I'm chat with y'all, so I can't make no promises. Side note, your hair looks great. Ooh, girl, thank you. Okay, let me stop. I'm so extra. But I do love my hair. Thank you. Good night, y'all. Awesome. Good night. Okay, now where's the off button? I keep forgetting how to turn this thing off. Where is nope, that says edit. Oh, in stream right here. Oh, big old button in front of my face. Thank y'all. Good night. I'm planning on getting my hair locked, just doing my research and getting what was this one for? So I don't remember. I'm just getting here though. Girl, I've been here almost 2.5 hours. I'm tired. I'm tired. Okay, good night, y'all. I'm tired.